Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum on the daily here. Well, of course, after this bloody week that we saw last week, we have here very close invalidation for the 1-2 that we have, of course, on the daily here and the 4 hours chart, where we have, of course, a double 1-2. This wave 2 has took the 886 already, and we're very, very close to take the low here, which is, of course, invalidation for this 1-2, meaning automatically invalidation of the double 1-2s as well. We have to consider this an ABC zigzag, which is, of course, here a potential correction that it might be unfolding there, and then, of course, pushing for lower impulsively here. Transformation of this leading diagonal potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a wave 1 here rather than a wave A, and then having wave 2 there, and then pushing for lower prices in 3, 4, and 5 to take the low over there for Ethereum. This is, of course, unfolding something much more bearish, I would say, once we take, of course, the confirmation of bear market, which is very, very close. Don't forget the 886 is taken, meaning, of course, weakness, and definitely we're gonna take this low sooner or later. I mean, there is a very, very tiny gap right now, which it might still be taken, because, of course, even this is looking unfinished impulse yet. 2118 is a 100% confirmation that we're gonna dive deeper there, especially that if we are still looking here at double 1-2, and then this is a wave 3 because it is the longest. Now it can be, of course, an extended wave 5, meaning finished impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But in this case, of course, if we see a rebound toward the upside here, well, it can be something as a wave C, much more likely than a wave 2, because the 886 is taken there. And I believe, of course, in a macro level here on the all-time history, well, the things are not going really well, I would say, for Ethereum. So therefore, we are looking for something, of course, to push for lower here, which it can be, of course, one of these scenarios. So actually, I'm going to remove this because anyway, we didn't took them. Confirmation for lower is exactly there. So basically what we are looking for here is potential double 1-2, yeah, but this wave 2 did not unfold, of course, something yet toward the upside, and if this invalidation will be taken, we cannot consider any more double 1-2 in a wave 3. And this will transform, of course, for something much more bearish, opening the scenario for this possibility, which is, of course, a potential W, X, and a Y. Here can be, of course, a deeper wave Y, or even A, B, and a C regular flat 1-to-1 fib level there, to be taken as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is, of course, around $880 for Ethereum, which is very, very low, yeah, very lower prices here, that it might unfold for Ethereum. Now, another possibilities, well, can be an A, B, C, D, and an E, kind of like a triangle, but it's a barrier triangle, I would say, but even I doubt it, because the high has been taken here. So you took the high over there, was a very, very tiny price, which, of course, kind of like invalidation of the triangle, unless, of course, running triangle again. But this is, yeah, very, very corrective. Anyway, whether even W, X, and a wave Y can be a zigzag, the wave Y, it can be a triangle, it can be a flat as well. So, yeah, the things are looking anyway bearish. Yeah, so in any case scenario. So in W, X, and Y, that it might range, or even an ABC towards the downside, can be, of course, something very, very low here at 884 for Ethereum. Of course, before considering this, I'm gonna check, of course, what we might get as a wave Y, in case we get a zigzag here. But we need to finish then this as an impulse potentially. It can be, of course, a 3 waves down, 3 waves up, a regular flat, and then pushing down before we start to push for higher. Yeah, so the things are right now at the lowest, or at the micro level. Of course, the decision will be taken in case we see, of course, a push toward the upside here, which is, of course, the chance is very, very low, guys. to see, of course, something pushing for higher. But in case this happens, well, without taking the low and the confirmation for lower, well, that is very, very, very creepy, I would say, from the crypto market, like testing the maximum low, yeah, before taking the low here and invalidation of a potential 1-2. And also the wave 2, by the way, is very long in time. So guys, all the possibility here and the conditions are, of course, suggesting lower prices, and we might see, of course, confirmation for a bear market, meaning something for lower. Okay, so we gotta be careful with it. Yeah, to be watched, of course, what's gonna be over there. And currently, even on the 15-minute chart, no reaction. Yeah, no reaction, really, as impulsive reaction to be seen here. So definitely this is corrective still, and we're gonna, of course, take the low sooner or later. So be careful with Ethereum as well. Of course, yeah, we're diving deeper sooner or later, guys. For Solana as well, on the 4-hour chart here, we were still looking for our last chance here for a wave 1 and then wave 2. Now the wave 2 took the 886 again. Of course, it even exited the danger zone here, and of course towards the confirmation of a bear market, and that means, of course, Solana might dive deeper to the $75 that we were calling since a long time ago here as a possibility. So we're very, very close to the confirmation of it right now again. So basically, if we are in a 1-2 and we're looking for another 1-2 here, and we're looking, of course, at an impulse, so very likely that this impulse is finished over there as a wave 5, wave 3 over there. And we're looking here, there is no 1-2 potentially anymore. It is very likely that something towards the downside is unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, so this is the potential scenario. Wave 5 as an impulse might be unfolding to finish a wave C, finishing wave B, or a wave 2, or a wave 4. Yeah, but I think the wave 4 even, yeah, can be finished there as a leading diagonal. By all means, leading diagonal can be a 1, 2, and then 3 here finished, and the wave 4. Perfect target for a wave 4 anyway is the 0.38, 0.5 fib level. So yeah, very expected, of course, that we drop down still here to the $75, and then pushing for a wave 5 toward the upside. Okay, so this is also another possibility. The third possibility is a wave A here, finished 3 waves in the white scenario. You're looking for a wave B in the white, but this even can be something deeper in case that this is going to unfold. But anyway, 3 waves can be given over there, and of course pushing for higher from the 0.38. For the 1, 2 there, of course, you need the minimum requirement 0.38 as well, $75. And this is exactly the confirmation here, of course, from the 97 to the $75 can be given, of course, for Solana to push for lower first and then pushing higher in a bullish scenario. So yeah, as well, Solana is very, very close, a tiny gap here, of course, between the bearish and, of course, something bullish to unfold. The signal, yeah, cannot be really trusted yet. Of course, you need a very, very high push here toward the upside, and it has to be very impulsive as a signal of something reversing there. And it can be even a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 continuation, of course, toward the downside here for Solana. So nothing yet, of course, bullish, and yeah, we cannot confirm this. So we'll see here. Very likely even that it can be ABC expanding flat and then continuation towards lower prices. I would like to see really higher prices here unfolding for Solana, and without taking, of course, the low, which is around the $94. Yeah, so that is a confirmation for bearish from the 94 or $95. We are expecting the 75 directly to unfold. Finally, for SUI here, also SUI, we are looking to something else with SUI somehow, because of course we have an ABC wave A, you have another ABC wave B, and this wave C is unfolding as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Now the wave 5 is very clearly and very impulsive. It has reached the uncommon target. It might still be looking for the most common target, 0.89 here, 1 to 1 fib level. it can be one more extension for wave 5 and then pushing towards the upside later on. So yeah, that is below, of course, $1 here for SUI. So we gotta be careful with it as well. Yeah, it's very, very bloody still and still looking weak. Yeah, the altcoins are still looking weak. No signal of strength yet. Knowing that SUI looks, of course, at the end of the wave 5, so something might unfold here. So one more push towards the downside, yes, can be very, very likely here to push towards the 1-to-1 fib level, of course, as an A, B, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave C, $6 potentially for SUI. So yeah, we'll see, guys, how this is going to unfold. So Ethereum and Solana also, they are at the maximum level, maximum bearish level right now. I mean, to confirm the bearish level. And if it is confirmed, then of course expect even a further drop down here and downside for Ethereum and Solana as well. And potentially SUI, of course, is still looking for potentially lower prices, 1-to-1 at $0.89 here. Yep, so these are the updates for Ethereum, Solana, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.